Today I'm going to show you how to remake Two Step by Ed Sheeran in 1 hour. And at the end, you can download the final Logic Pro project for free down below. Stopwatch, 3, 2, 1, go! Start by changing the BPM to 95. If you don't play the guitar, you can create a new software instrument. Go to Guitar, Acoustic Guitar, and that starts on E, G, D, E, C, B, C, D, sharp. Command A to select those notes and Q to quantize. Add some bus reverb. And on this track, we're going to use the millennium verb with the decay time taken down, so it's not so long. Those are the MIDI notes. And if you have any better acoustic guitar patches yourself, maybe give those a go. The classical acoustic guitar could work as well. The chords in this track are so nice, especially the last chord. You presume the chords are going to go back to D, but then it goes to the B/D sharp. Really, really cool. Let's mute that for a second. And if you can't play guitar, we can record it in with an audio track. And that goes like... Not far off. That's a tricky one to play. Let's pan that left, Command D to duplicate, and pan this one right. Oh, nailed it that time. Command D one more time and record this one down the center. That's such a cool guitar line. Click the bottom one, Shift click to select all the tracks, Shift Command G to create a group track. Let's put some bus reverb on that. Bus 12 to our millennium reverb. And then some XLN audio or C20. Tiny bit of noise, bring down the mix of the wobble, make it stereo. EQ out some of the low end. We don't need it getting in the way of the bass. Super. Acoustic guitars after 11 minutes and 7 seconds. That sounds pretty good, but we can make it sound even better if we double it up with some electric guitar tracks. Clean guitar, Brit and clean. Recording the same thing. Good stuff. 2-finger click the pan, stereo pan. Click from the bottom up to the top to make it mono. Drag this one to the left. Command D the track and pan this one to the right. Command D one more time and this one, you guessed it, down the center. Finally getting the hang of it. Nice. Cut some high end from the electric guitars and some low mids as well. We don't want lots of resonant frequencies out wide. Sounds pretty good. Not a bad start. Command S to save. Guitars after 18 minutes, 22 seconds. We're definitely taking a bit too long, but that's the foundation of the track ready to go. Great. Guitar. Experimental guitar. Reversal of fortune. What a name. And this guitar goes like... Nice. Open up the pedal board, turn on Candy Fuzz, bring down the level, and open the drive. Good stuff, and we need true verb on the track, and the same millennium verb. Turn down the direct signal, and shorten the decay. To put this guitar in time, we can hit flex pitch from monophonic to rhythmic, click on the transients and move them into time. Much better. And don't forget to turn off flex pitch. Pretty good, but to give the acoustic guitar a little bit more beef, hold down Option and copy across the amp from the electric guitar and turn up its treble a tiny bit. And put that onto the 2 wide acoustic guitars. 24 minutes, 46 seconds. Time to pick up the pace. Create new software instrument, open up sampler, and I'm going to use one of my presets, Spins 808. You can get this 808 sample online if you Google Spins 808. Let's make the release longer. Perfect. And that goes like E, D, 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 C, B, C, D, D sharp. Got it first time. Command A to select all the notes. Q to quantize, functions, MIDI transform, fix the velocity, select and operate. So all our low frequencies are nice and steady. You have the option here of going with saturation, like Camel Audio's Camel Crusher, which is free. The subtle master preset is super for this. When it's off, and then on, quite subtle. Or we could go with distortion, off, and then on. So it adds an extra little bit of grit into it. Let's leave it like that for a minute. Option C, color it red. 28 minutes, 12 seconds. That was super quick. A really simple but impactful 808. Great. New software instrument, native instruments, contact, stereo. I love using exhale from output because it's a vocal engine and saves me having to sing. I always go for number 7, merfolk. I'm bringing the filter down, the spread up. Let's do the reverb ourselves on the bus. And for this, let's also shorten the attack so the note hits a little bit quicker. Lovely. And this follows the lead electric guitar. G, B, F sharp, G, E, D, E, F sharp. Perfect. Command A to select notes. Q to quantize. Shift backslash to elongate to the next note, so it's legato. And we might as well fix velocity while we're at it. Keep it nice and steady. And a touch of reverb as well to help it sit in the mix. Cut some of the low end just in case. Sounds so good. 33 minutes, 27 seconds. Another super fast one. We needed that. Coming in clutch. Great. Software instrument. Change it to our trusty retro synth. Shape 1 to white noise. And the mix all the way to oscillator 1. So it's just white noise. We can record in one note. Make it last for the full MIDI region. Cut out some of the low end. Filter, auto filter. A to open up the automation. Change read to latch. Move the cutoff so that now when we click on the track, we're editing the cutoff. Change latch back to read and edit the cutoff to rise at the end of the 4th bar. So we have a white noise swell. Beautiful. Grab all the regions, option, drag across. Do that twice. And at the 3rd region, we need to get rid of the first beat. Apart from maybe the white noise, we can use that as another riser for the drop in the post chorus. Make the white noise one big long region. That way it stays nice and smooth. That's going to work perfectly. Sounds really good. We could also put some kickstart sidechain on the white noise if we wanted to give it a bit more bounce. 37 minutes, 9 seconds. It's starting to come together, but we're still missing some vital sounds. Great. Software instrument. We could use the ES1 synth bass sub bass with some distortion. That sounds really cool. Or Extra Records Serum, you can use the preset respace without the glide. Let's low cut and high cut that a tiny bit. This comes in the post chorus and sounds like E, E, G, A, D, D, A, B, A, G, C, C, A, B, A, G. Super cool. Command A to select all those. Q to quantize. And we should also dynamics compressor so we can sidechain that respace to the 808. So anytime the 808 hits, the respace comes down in volume. Yeah, so they're all working together. 43 minutes, 38 seconds. I'm feeling pretty good about this. But we need more rhythm, so create software instrument, open up UltraBeat, drum kits, and it sounds like a boutique 808, or in that ballpark at least. Yep, that'll do. The kick and claps go like kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap. Perfect. Q to quantize those. Functions, MIDI transform, fix the velocity. Super. We also need a hi-hat. And that goes like... Bit of latency through the keyboard. That's my excuse anyway. Whoa, already so much better. We can functions, MIDI transform, and humanize them to make them even more human. We can grab those claps, hold down Option, drag them up to snare 2, bring down that velocity, and let's also drag it up to maracas 1. We can short their decay and let that hit a bit early, and the claps can hit a bit after the snare. At the end of those 4 bars, pedal hat and have a roll there. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And lastly, Option click for a rim shot on the A of 2 and the E of 3. Perfect. Let's also make that hit with the pedal hit, maracas 2, and the close hi-hat 2. Bring down their velocities. And that happens both times, but the first time you only have the second hit. Beautiful. Command or that region, and the second time, let's make the pedal hat hit on the 4 beats with the hi-hat. Perfect. Oh, it sounds so good. If you want to get extra fancy, plugins that knock. Punch for the kick, tiny bit of saturation, some air, lots of clipping, and bring down the mix a tiny bit. With it off, then on. Just a tiny bit of extra sizzle and punch, which are great things, right? Command or that across, leave the beat rest, color the drums yellow. Just after 50 minutes, quickly we just need 2 more sounds using audio tracks. These are 3 samples from a free cymatic sample pack. We've an impact hiss, we've a swell, which is very similar, and then an impact. Might need to turn those down. Let's have the impact hit at the start of the chorus and at the start of the post-chorus. The same with the impact hiss. Let's move the swell to halfway through the chorus and turn it way down. Command D for a new audio track. Control B to bounce out the hiss. Double click, File, Functions, Reverse. So we have a reverse hiss. And we're going to use that as our riser before the post-chorus. We can fade that in, turn them way down. Shift Command G to make them a group track. We can cut a good amount of their low end. That sounds huge. You can always get fancy and add reverb to these using bus reverb or even on the track to make it really wishy-washy, but this should be good for now. And one more swell at the very end. Let's actually put some reverb on that swell. Millennium verb. Beautiful. 52 minutes, 31 seconds. Okay, quickly now, create audio track. Recording in with our AKG 414 into our Apollo Twin into Logic. Here we go.
Two-stepping with the woman I love. All my troubles turn to nothing when I'm in your eyes. Electrified, we'll keep turning up and go all night.
Bit rough, but we got there. We'll mix it later, but to help me sing in tune, let's try on pitch correction, major scale of G major. We're in E minor, but the vocal melody follows the relative major. Command D, and let's do another double vocal.
Oh, we had dips and falls in our time, but we know what it feels to be low then up, alone then love, and all we need is us to go all.
A little bit better, still a bit rough. Definitely a tricky vocal melody line. Ed loves singing an octave up in his choruses, but I can't sing that high, so let's use a bus for an octave up. You can use Logic's pitch shifter, or you can use Sound Toys Little Alter Boy. Pitch up 12, format down a little bit, maybe to 4, drive up a little bit.
Electrified, we'll keep turning up and go all night.
Very robotic, but it's the best we can do. If you can sing up the octave, definitely go for that. Okay, after 56 minutes, let's sing some harmonies. Command D, harmony. Here we go. That's tricky. To tune that perfectly, double click, flex pitch, turn on, flex pitch, scroll to the notes, grab the notes, pitch correct to 100%, bring down the vibrato, maybe not of all of them. Yeah, not bad. Command D, another one of those. Ooh, iffy, but we can tune again. Tuning really does save us. And we can also pitch those up an octave using bus 21. Let's also pan the harmonies left and right. Command D for more harmonies, but panned closer in. Night. Let's sing it up the octave. Close-ish. Quanti, out the other side. And stand back a little bit more. I really love those harmonies. Let's do one harmony double at the end.
All we need is us to go all night.
Let's leave it there at the low volume. Come on, D. And one last time.
All we need is us to go all night.
Hey, perfect. Shift Command G. So we have a Vox group. And that's all the vocals. Thankfully so, because it's time. Boom. Woo! This track is so good. I really love it when we have an acoustic guitar being the bass for the whole track because it has beautiful melody and rhythm. When guitars are used right, such a powerful tool. And of course, no one knows that better than Ed himself. And the tiny little pause in the post-chorus, such a small thing, but has so much impact. Really gets you going for the post-chorus. Remember, you can download the final project down below. And lastly, a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you. All right, will we sing the lead vocal live? Hard to be rude not to. Here we go.
We'll go all night, two-stepping with the woman I love. All my troubles turn to nothing when I'm in your eyes. Electrified, we'll keep turning up and go all night. Oh, we had dips and falls in our time, but we know what it feels to be low then up, alone then love. And all we need is us to go all night, night. Two-stepping with the woman I love. Night, yeah. All we need is us to go all night.
Love it. If you want to learn how to use real samples in your music, I highly recommend checking out my Light Switch remake. It has lots of great tips on how you can use your own sounds and mix them in with lots of software synths in Logic Pro. I'm sure it will help. Cheers.